You're watching the North Carolina 4th of July Festival Parade, live on WECT, sponsored by Margaret Rudd Associates Realtors. Now, here are your hosts, Gabe Ross and Rachel Lewis-Hilburn.
Morning from a rainy Southport, North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabe Ross alongside Rachel Lewis-Hilburn of WHQR Coastline. And boy, we are having to endure some weather today, aren't we, Rachel?
We really are. We've been lucky so far. We haven't seen lightning. We've heard a few rumbles of thunder. Yeah. But they got the parade started a bit early just for that reason.
Right, you are. So keep in mind, we're partially through the parade here. We have just passed the submarine veterans of coastal Carolina. We're now going to be looking toward our 21st entrant, the Brunswicktown chapter, the Daughters of the American Revolution, all decked out in regalia. All a part of the chapter of the National Society of Daughters of the American Revolution. Of course, they're a nonprofit organization. All members must provide and prove direct lineage to a Revolutionary War soldier or supplier here, Rachel.
That's right. And, you know, we've seen some major entrants already coming by. The parade marshal.
Yes.
And that's quite a siren.
That it is. That'll wake you up if you're still asleep here on this 4th of July.
Senior Chief Bosun Mate Logan T. Atkinson of the U.S. Coast Guard already came through. He's the officer in charge of Coast Guard Station Oak Island.
Right you are. Here comes Southport emergency rescue truck. This vehicle used, actually that's coming down the way here, but we got Southport Fire Department and some clowns on the back end of that. They're not letting this rain deter them whatsoever, Rachel.
We've got the Shriners Choo Choo, founded in 1988, stationed in Wilmington. This year the Choo Choo is led by conductor Lane Marshburn, the train, which I don't see yet. And I'm half wondering if we're seeing a different set of Shriners here.
I think we are here. Just a lot of clowning around here on this Monday morning. It's drizzling, it's raining. We had some thunderstorms earlier in the day, but again, that not deterring the crowd out here. Hundreds, if not thousands, lining up the streets here in Southport. Everyone having a good time.
Southport Fire Prevention Team. That's exactly actually the clowns that we're seeing right now.
Yep. Right you are, and of course, what good's a parade without a little Dalmatian action here, right? Fire prevention, all the name of the game. Smokey the Bear even getting some work in here on the jet ski. You think he takes a vacation every once in a while?
I'm not sure that he does, especially during the summer.
That's true.
But maybe today with all that rain. Still, Southport Fire Department Water Rescue,
I'd like to think that fire danger risk certainly low today with all the scattered showers and storms. But here comes that Shriners Choo Choo you mentioned earlier on. 3 boxcars, a red caboose, and isn't it nice to be able to roll without tracks?
Yeah, and each year the Choo Choo donates to Shriners hospitals. That's what this is all about. It's about making people laugh and having fun.
Hey, good to
celebrating
see you guys.
The patriotism.
I do have to say I'm happy that no one has thrown me under the bus metaphorically here for the forecast. It's very difficult to call in these kind of situations. But we appreciate the Shriners, everything they do here. Next, we have the Cape Fear Yacht Club. Oh, boy. What do we have on the back here? Well, of course, we've got a boat, right? And some umbrellas. Very much needed here, along with the rain jackets. Youth sailing program celebrating 27 years. They sponsor 6 one-week summer camps teaching the fundamentals of sailing, boating safety, proper sailing, all of that stuff.
And coming up next, we've got Superior Court Judge Jason Disbrow. He's been a judge since 2015. Became senior resident Superior Court judge in May of 2020.
Yep. See, Ashley Gore and David Rouser look to have joined the ranks here. And that's smart because you got one umbrella. It's good thinking. Very good thinking. So they're staying dry. And then Quentin McGee behind them, District Court judge. Feel the need for speed, Rachel?
You know, I think so, Gabe. We've got the Sampson County Sudan Roadsters. They formed in 1991. The unit is made up of Shriners from throughout Sampson County. They perform in over 25 civic and shrine parades throughout the year, and they've been performing in the Southport 4th of July parade since the mid-90s. Their mission, of course, is to help the Shriners Hospitals for Children and promote Sudan Shriners. They say they play so a child may. I love that motto.
Oh, it's very easy. And a very simple message there. Glad that they're a part of the parade this go around. Who do we have up next here?
This looks like
Deborah Ehlers, that's who we have, the mayor of Caswell Beach.
Yep.
Staying dry, but hey, still got the top down of the convertible. We'll take those chances and those opportunities where we can get them. More fire trucks coming up in the lineup next, Rachel.
Looks like the Oak Island Fire Department, 4 identical Oak Island fire engines, heavy rescue certified at paramedic level, Gabe, in response to fire, rescue, and EMS calls. It's staffed 24/7, cross-trained firefighters, paramedics, and rescue technicians. And of course, it's equipped to handle any emergency situation.
Oh, of course. Now, these are some nifty golf carts. Probably not going to find these on the golf course all that much. Probably some utility type work here with the Sheriff's Department coming through. Citizen Patrol not far behind them.
Such an important part of the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office.
The other vehicles rolling through here, including additional Sheriff's SUV, K9 unit, and pickup truck.
And
all
they're
in the spirit.
They're all
look
surprisingly smiley.
The Animal Protective Services unit with a beautiful chocolate lab, from what I understand, up for adoption.
Yes.
So, hey, contact the shelter when they're open. Closed today, obviously, because of the 4th of July holiday. So, hey, if you can make room in your home, that's a great idea. More clowning around here.
We've got the Sudan Dun Clowns here, world-renowned. They've been clowning, Gabe, since 1952.
They're going to give us a show here.
This is great.
Oh,
From Macy's to Mardi Gras. They do about 50 functions a year. Love to see people dancing in the rain, singing in the rain.
This is good TV right here. I will watch this all day long. It's enough to lift your spirits in the rain, Rachel.
I think it is. You know, the clouds appear to be parting a little bit. We still have some sprinkles going on. It's also nice that we have this cool breeze that comes along with the rain.
Oh, yes.
Usually on 4th of July, it can be pretty humid, pretty hot, kind of challenging, but this is refreshing.
Oh, absolutely. And especially after a 2-year hiatus where we've just been jonesing to have the parade back, we'll deal with the rain. We'll deal with the wind.
Right.
All in the name of celebration. I wonder how you get the job being the clown in the front.
I think you have to join the Shriners.
Oh, yeah. Just clowning around, as it says on the side of the truck, the side of the van.
And their own bus, clowning for burned and disabled children. Really appreciate what they do.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, there's a victory lap for you. All right. Now, if this serves me correctly, we're making some gains here with Cape Fear Fitness, CrossFit Southport, Cape Fear Kids Gymnastics, Game Changer Strength and Conditioning, and Cape Fear Yoga and Wellness. That's a mouthful, isn't it? But they're all really one group, united and strong, no matter your age, ability, or experience. They have a gym for everybody. Choose from 1 to 6 locations in Brunswick County. Everything from conventional gym to group classes, personal training, CrossFit, all kinds of stuff. Gymnastics, strength training, conditioning for athletes, yoga, and wellness. So they're making some gains. They're staying dry, or at least looking as if they're staying dry as best they can. This would be Gene Toner coming through from the town of St. James, passing by. And we were moving on to what else but Better Beach Rentals and Sales, Rachel.
That's right. They've got 3 classic cars coming behind them. Better Beach Rentals and Sales offers weekly rentals with 4 bedrooms or more, including departure maid service and linens. They also have discount golf packages for Oak Island Golf Course. And they have a blow-up version of a teddy bear Uncle Sam, complete with palm trees.
We call him Uncle Sam or Uncle Bear? What do we do?
I like
Semantics,
the bear,
right?
Gabe. That's
but the beautiful classic cars here. Classic Mustang. That's a, if I'm reading it correctly, a 66. Mustang? Wow.
We've got a marching band coming up here. This is exciting. The Litchfield Marching Dragons from Litchfield High School. They're actually one of Minnesota's premier parade marching bands for the last 60 years. Yeah. And they say they're happy to be with us for the 4th of July celebration this summer. They've traveled through the United States and Canada, and this summer they're traveling back to Chicago and Myrtle Beach. The Litchfield Marching Band director is David Caesar and Bailey Benoit. Assistant directors are Kelly Taylor, Dr. John Ginocchio. Percussion instructor is Kelly Taylor. The color guard instructors are Zach Olson and Remington Zeppelin. And the drum major, Elijah Shocker and Leah Karen.
Let's listen in for a second, shall we? I love a good drum line when they come through. I say this as a former drummer myself from the Marching 110 of Ohio University. But here we go. All right, who do we have next?
So we've got the Brunswick County Republican Women.
Okay.
And they are celebrating today women's suffrage. The 19th Amendment granted women the right to vote over 100 years ago on August 26, 1920. They're wearing white to symbolize unity or solidarity.
Yeah. We got more roadsters coming here. Of course, the Sudan Van Patrol. You thought the roadsters were fancy with their maneuvering here. Just you wait until you see these guys. Some loop-de-loops here and there. Woo! Little bit of a wipeout there. Got to be careful. You don't hydroplane in these kind of conditions, but for the most part, they're handling it well.
These guys take their precision driving seriously.
Of course. You got to in these weather conditions.
We've got the Honorable Liz White. That's Jeff Weinkauf, actually, mayor of the city of Boiling Spring Lakes.
Oh, and look at this. We've got our entry from WECT.
Oh.
Who is it? It's our own Colby Skidmore, and on the passenger side, Daniela Hankey. Hey, Colbs. Good to see you, my friend. Producer of Cape Fear Weekend, the Gabe Show Game Show, Daniela Hankey with her there, too. Of course, they were going to come in our Highway 6 car, but the weather like this, you can't have a classic car in weather like this. So totally understandable. They're riding around in one of the Ford Escape cars that you see us driving with across town on a normal day.
It's always good to see WECT, especially in the parade now. Here we've got the Travis fire truck. Mike Travis, the owner, wanted to be either a fighter pilot or a fireman growing up. And as he approached the end of his career as a fighter pilot, his wife saw this Southport truck, saw it was retired and for sale, bought it. They now use it for parades and just to drive around town and wave to people.
That's a good purchase there. Coldwell Banker Seacoast Advantage next up, the #1 selling real estate firm in southeastern North Carolina. They're also #1 as far as the Coldwell Bankers in the nation. They sell homes for more money and less time. It's pretty high honor there.
Yeah. We've got the Experimental Aircraft Association Chapter 939 coming up here. They are an association to promote all aspects of recreational aviation. As a 501c3, their main focus is providing opportunities for youth. And that is a Sudan Shriners Van Patrol truck right there.
Ahead of that. And then, yes, here comes the experimental aircraft that you're seeing. Yeah, Uncle Sam, I didn't realize he had his pilot's license.
Let your dreams take flight.
A lot of things we don't know about Uncle Sam, I'm sure.
You know, we're learning so much today, Gabe.
That's very true.
But these guys are about the next generation of aviators, as well as encourage everyone to let those dreams take flight.
Hey, here's a guy we know really well, 2022 Festival Chair Randy Jones, a native of Southport, involved in the parade and festival his entire life. From being on a float over 50 years ago, serving as the co-chair, he's done a remarkable job, and you know he's been working like crazy. We're glad we got this parade going. So happy. Oh, yes, absolutely. Always a trooper, he said. And who do we have here? South Brunswick's baseball team, you know, there's some league champions here. You know that?
Yeah, the 3A North Carolina High School Athletic Association East Regional champions. First time in 34 years they made the state championship final, where they finished as the runner-up. Final record was 25-4. The South Brunswick High School Cougars want to thank the community, of course, for all their support.
Well, check this out. We've got a Volkswagen Beetle that has decided to drop its top and get the balloons out and going here, right? Looks like the rain subsided enough to where they'll let Old Glory fly here along with the red, white, and blue balloons.
And right in, I think we were seeing the arson dog Nancy for a moment, but she's disappeared. So we'll see if she comes back.
Well, the side door's opening. What's going to happen here? Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, check this out.
Here we go.
Oh, we may just have an appearance. This is more exciting than Groundhog Day.
North Carolina Department of Insurance here. Yep.
Oh, there we go.
The arson dog Nancy. Hi, Nance.
Oh. Nancy's a trooper here in this rain. Labrador Retriever, technically a Goldador. It's when you breed a Labrador Retriever and a Golden Retriever. The first arson detection canine dog used by the NCDOI. Hey, here comes Margaret Rudd. They're the ones that were putting the top down on the old Volkswagen there. Kay Joliffe and company celebrating since 1981. They've got a location or offices downtown here on the parade route 112 North House Street.
Then coming up next, we've got the Cape Fear chapter of the Antique Automobile Club of America. Since 1935, they've had one goal, and that's the preservation and enjoyment of automotive history of all types. Wilmington is the home for the Cape Fear chapter of AACA. They have over 100 members. The chapter was established in 1972 and is celebrating their 50th anniversary.
And check out some of these antique cars in the lineup. They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful machines. Stingray. Oh my gosh. You know, if my Grandpa Ross were still alive, he would just have the time of his life. Here's Mike Forte, Brunswick County Commissioner, making his way by. Behind Mr. Forte, we have Flamingos. We can tell you Flamingos perched atop Old Glory.
Yeah. The Vintage Military Vehicles Club. It's a small group dedicated to restoring and preserving military vehicles of World War II, including the 1942 Ford GPW World War II Jeep, which we just saw visiting from Corpus Christi, Texas. And they were restored to honor the veterans of the greatest generation as we know it, World War II.
That's very cool. Oh, I recognize this song. I've watched enough Fox Television and Cops in my day to recognize Inner Circle.
This is Brunswick Search and Rescue, Gabe. They're volunteers, and they help locate lost and missing people. They work with local and national law enforcement and emergency management to provide canines, drones, boats, sonar, and boots on the ground for more than 20 years. They serve Brunswick, New Hanover, Pender, Columbus, Carteret, Onslow, and Horry counties.
Looks like I got a couple inmates out here. Goes along with the song, I suppose.
Perfect.
But it's the Keystone Cops, huh? Well, if he keeps the pedaling going, I don't know how quick he's going to be able to get away. Hey, good to see you. Oh, look at this. American flags. Thank you.
Well, thank you
so much. We'll add them to our centerpiece collection here on the dais.
Keystone Cops.
Yes. See, there's the one that didn't get out. You feel bad for him.
You know, as we said, Gabe, we had to start coverage of the parade a little bit after the parade itself had started due to the weather. The organizers wanted to get it started early so that we didn't get thundered and lightninged. Can I use those as verbs?
You know what? It's proper. It's the 4th of July. We can do whatever we want.
I like it. And so here we are, and we are watching some folks come down Moore Street here, and I think there's been a little bit of an accident.
Oh dear, yes.
Is that what I saw? There's been an accident on the parade route.
Okay.
And I think we just want to make sure that everybody's okay.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a delay here.
Yep, absolutely. So we're going to take a look at some of the crowd as they're moving around from point A to point B. Just got to make sure everything's buttoned up here. But yeah, let's talk a little bit more about this weather. A lot of showers and storms really developing offshore. So of course, as you can imagine, this typical summertime pattern is something we've got to watch out for. And as we head through the course of the afternoon, still likely to get hot, steamy. Still the risk of some developing showers and storms. I really do think by the time we get to the end of the day, once we lose peak heating, fireworks time looking pretty good. So that's something that'll certainly
because
help
we've
us
got
out.
fireworks all over the region right now. We're expecting fireworks in Wilmington and Southport, and there are other municipalities scattered around.
Right, you are. Yes, and I'll tell you, after 2 years, it's just, frankly, I'm so happy that we're back here. The last time we got to do this was in 2019. It was my first year taking over after Bob Townsend, and boy, what an absolute treat it was. So just to be back here on the 4th of July, now the rain's kind of let up a little bit, which is good. We had a nice little breeze coming by earlier, and for the most part, the rain and storms seem to have let up. At least for the time being here.
We've put our umbrellas down. People have been popping open the convertibles. We are looking at some clear skies right now, and that's been really something of a relief. Of course, we've seen a number of local representatives, state and local politicians go by during the parade. We've seen Shriners and clowns so far. We've seen vintage automobiles. And I think right now we're just waiting to get word on what kind of an accident this is, and of course we'll let you know what's happened here when we know more about it.
Yeah, and we're kind of calling this as we see it right now, folks. So no word really of any injuries, but obviously this has put a little bit of a stop here to the parade. Once we get that information, we'll be sure to bring it here to you. Remember, you could get the latest information on what is happening both on regular road traffic, not parade traffic, through WECT and our new First Alert Traffic program, WECT.com/traffic there. But also, if you go to WECT.com, you can get a full rundown of the events taking place today, and that is going to include, of course, the fireworks display a little later on. The sister community, Oak Island's got some stuff going on too, which is going to be just wonderful and dandy. I know the pro wrestlers are somewhere around here, and they've promised to give me a hard time, so hopefully it won't be too bad here on the old TV. But yeah, lots still to get through today. Assuming the weather can cooperate with us, everything's a go.
Yeah, it is. And I've heard EMT is now being called out.
Okay.
And I think they're just going to check the situation out. Again, we don't know what's happened here on the parade route. We know there's been some kind of an accident. No reports yet of injuries. We don't know who has been involved in the accident yet, but that is the delay. We are here at the Southport 4th of July Festival Parade, which the festival actually, Gabe, was incorporated in 1972.
That's incredible. So this is year 50.
It is. And also, this is a celebration that has gone on since long before that. I think
this has dates all the way back to the late 1700s, as I recall.
Exactly right. Yeah. I think 1795 was the first recorded time that they were shooting off cannons to celebrate the independence of America. And we just saw an ambulance go by with lights flashing.
Yep, so they're going to kind of check out the situation here. And again, once we get any more updates, we'll bring them to you here. But again, a lot of this is probably precautionary, just given the number of people and whatever happened. We still don't know what really has transpired, if it was an auto accident, if somebody may have been hit, if one of the drivers may have been injured. But it looks like there are a number of actual law enforcement, we've seen the Keystone Cops, obviously they're there for entertainment, but actual law enforcement officers here from Brunswick County, Southport, police departments here as well, sheriff's office. So a lot of folks investigating this, again, just to make sure that all the particulars are buttoned up here.
Right, that's exactly right. We have first responders all around us, which
this hasn't really happened before to us, and we need to kind of make that apparent right now. This, in all the years I think that we've been covering this parade, it's very seldom for something like this to go wrong. Right. But this is live TV. This is what is actually happening now. So we'll try to bring you the latest updates on all this. But we're kind of not at a loss per se, but certainly not something you would expect to happen during a 4th of July parade.
Yeah, and Gabe, this is one of those few events left, moments in our year when there's no partisan code for 4th of July. This is a celebration that brings everyone together who appreciates the United States of America and how it came to be. And it's something that I look forward to every year, and I especially love the way the homespun floats emerge, the way the local not only officials but businesses are represented in the parade. The entire community comes out for this, and I know we've seen some shots of people along the parade route here. This is on Moore Street in downtown Southport. People come out for this, rain or shine.
Yeah.
It's such an important part of this community.
Yeah, the number of people that are still here, despite the rain and storms today, and even some of the wind we've had, is just astounding. And then, I think you hit the nail right on the head. You can attribute part of that very much to the fact that this is one of the very few things left that doesn't really divide Americans. Yes, we may be going through tumultuous times, according to some, in our nation right now. But at the end of the day, you just got to take a step back and say, you know what? Regardless of what side of the fence you're on, you're an American just like me. And I'll say this until I'm blue in the face. We live in a great country with freedoms like no other.
Yes.
And so to be able to come here and do something like this, especially after the last couple of years, the pandemic, shutting things down, a lot of us not certain what the new really state of the world was going to be like after it, is just wonderful to see. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, again, it looks like we have crews that are going to try to get this parade continuing on here. We've got the Southport Fire Department bringing one of their carts back up and around, and we're going to try to get this parade started again here very soon. Rachel, getting some last-second details here. What do you have?
Yeah, we are about to continue. They're just checking out. I understand there is an injury.
Okay.
Not sure if it warrants any serious medical treatment, but they just want to make sure everybody's okay. So I think that's good news.
Yeah.
We are watching the parade kind of get back together. We've watched some of the people, the observers along the parade route gather and with concern, but
Sure.
It looks like we are back at it, Gabe.
The Sudan Daredevils certainly, I would imagine very shaken up by this as well. They're going to try to get back together and keep going on this parade. Obviously, an unfortunate circumstance here, but this ramp here is pretty substantial. All things aside from what has happened here with this injury, this ramp is substantial. So they do a lot of daredevil tricks, and
right.
Just to be able to do that kind of thing is pretty incredible. Looks like they're going to take it easy here as they go down the rest of East Moore Street here.
Yeah, they got applause coming down the route. It's good to see that the parade is coming back together. The clouds are actually clearing. We're starting to see sun poke through a little bit. So hopefully, Gabe, we can continue to enjoy this parade with no further events, weather events or accidents.
Weather events or otherwise, yes. It's exactly what we want.
The pandemic is over. We needed something.
Right, here we go. Here comes Bill Hawley next. And, oh, man, this beautiful Army Jeep. It's several Army Jeeps behind that, I got to point out. And, boy, they're just beautiful. Louis Zachman, Distinguished Service Cross, Korean War veteran in the back of that Jeep. Laura Hawley from the U.S. Marine Corps.
And a Jeep labeled Betty Boop.
Ah. It's a family name, right? We got to hope. Prestone 41 truck. The restoration that goes into these kind of vehicles is amazing. I see these kind of things pop up on Facebook all the time, and I'll just sit there and watch for amazing. I see these kind of things pop up on Facebook all the time, and I'll just sit there and watch for what seems like hours, but minutes and minutes as some of these things get restored in a very fast-paced motion here. So very cool to see. We've got firefighters now from St. James walking the parade route.
Engine 3773. It's a new 2019 Pierce pumper. This was recently put into service by the St. James Fire Department. It was necessary, they say, due to the tremendous growth in the town of St. James. A second fire station is now complete and is in service on the west side of town. Chief Dayhill says the St. James Fire Department is an all-volunteer fire department. They have over 80 members that operate fire, EMS, and fire police. They just celebrated their 22nd anniversary, and they respond to over 1,000 calls a year in St. James and surrounding Brunswick County. That's
pretty good, and it is. It's a beautiful place if you ever get a chance to get out there and visit. We've got Discover NC Homes here now.
All right.
And boy, they're no worse for wear here, right? They're beating the rain. They're out there waving. They're having a great time. Discover NC Homes.
And coming up next, we've got the Southport Lions Club. Gabe, the Southport Lions Club raffles off a boat every year. This year, it's a 2022 Carolina skiff. For 70-plus years, the Southport Lions Club has provided services to the Southport area, especially with vision assistance, youth assistance, and community assistance. And they also have a mascot.
Absolutely. Here come the Shriners Steel Drummers. Formed back in 1977 by some members of the Columbus County Shrine Club who were looking for a way to participate in shrine ceremonials and put the shrine in the public eye. 13 active members who participate in 8 to 10 civic parades and 4 shrine parades each year. They were also privileged to play in the North Carolina's Governor's Inauguration Parade in 2009. Their motto, we play so that kids may walk. Listen to them.
Next, we've got local copper artist George Kinley. He creates copper sculptures, which you can find all around the community. Look at this one.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
The bald eagle. Folks may be familiar with the blue marlin and provisions. There's a big map inside the Frying Pan restaurant and other local watering holes.
These are all George's.
Yeah, you'll see them this summer.
Here comes McKinley Lanier, the North Carolina Azalea Festival princess. She'll be a senior at Laney High School here in Wilmington, the 74th princess, and she will travel this year across the state to represent Wilmington's annual Azalea Festival. Great to have her here.
And then we've got Paws Place Dog Rescue, a no-kill nonprofit organization dedicated to rescue, rehabilitation, and adoption of dogs. They're in Winnebago, and they've been in the business of placing dogs with loving families since 1999. And
look at those
hello,
faces.
honey.
So sweet. Here comes Treehouse Customs, William Mack. They specialize in embroidery, laser engraving, 3D printing, powder coating. They'll work with individuals, businesses to bring their ideas to life. Whether it be to enhance professionalism or just for fun, they're a small family-owned one-stop shop located right here in Southport. And wearing a Halo costume. Look at that. Look at the detail that goes into that. He made that at the shop.
Yeah, wow.
Great work, William.
Amazing what you can do with 3D printing.
Oh, my gosh.
Oak Island Water Rescue Hovercraft is coming up next. They're a nonprofit 20-member volunteer emergency response team that aids swimmers and boaters in distress. They also assist the Oak Island Police Department and Fire Department with missing persons and beach transfers, as well as the U.S. Coast Guard with inshore search and rescue operations.
Here comes Coastal Pediatric Dentistry. Their Twinkle Twinkle Tooth Fairy float, designated to reflect the bright smiles and magical excitement that the 4th of July parade brings to children. Their new pediatric building on Highway 211 almost complete. The entire building is custom designed for treating children in a fun, kid-friendly environment. And there are beach balls flying off the back of that. There's Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks making an appearance. Has he got a string tied around his tooth?
You know, I think he's about to get slammed in a door.
Not
Alvin.
Not Alvin.
The tooth.
The string and the...
Yeah.
Got to make the clarification here for folks.
Here we've got Charlene and the Bluegrass Charlatans. They are promoting their new album, She Don't Never Fret.
Won't fret on this 4th of July parade. Behind them, Operation Christmas Child. The white box plane, the official logo of Operation Christmas Child. Pulling 5 shoe boxes, some with oversized toys, hygiene items, and school supplies, representing many of the items packed by people nationwide and delivered to children ages 2 to 14 to share their Christian message in over 160 countries.
And next we've got North Carolina Shark Savers.
Yeah.
They're a nonprofit conservation group that helps raise awareness about the decreasing shark populations and how that affects the overall ecosystem. They also teach about shark endangerment and the behavior of local sharks.
Generations Church treating us to a little bit of a dance here. They've been here since 2005. Excited to be part of the parade, as you can imagine. They have online services while their new building is being completed. It'll be in mid-August at 4019 Executive Park Boulevard.
Next, we've got Amani Ricks. She is Miss Coastal Cape Fear Regal Miss. That's quite a mouthful.
Oh, yeah.
And the 2021 Bladen County 4th of July Junior Miss. She's from right here in Southport, and she is the daughter of Rosalind Outen and Edgar Jackson Jr.
Hey, it sounds like the Port City Rollers are coming into town, promoting the fun of roller skating for all ages. Their motto, you're never too old to roll. Adults can join them on Thursday nights at Scooters in Wilmington. Bring the kids on the weekends. And today, they are our Cape Fear Roller Girls that are part of it. I wouldn't be that good on my feet anymore with roller. Look at that.
That's
a near
amazing.
split on roller skates. That's, man. You see a lot of things before noon on a Monday, but that's probably the craziest thing. And a handstand. Now he's just showing off, but rightfully so. This is a parade after all.
I would be doing that if I could, too, and letting everybody know. Their spirits certainly haven't been dampened by any of the rain today. People are still celebrating here in downtown Southport this wonderful 2022 4th of July Festival Parade.
Oh, boy.
And here we have Jamerson Plumbing Services. They serve southeastern Brunswick County for all your plumbing repair needs.
Oh, and right behind them, it's the superstars of the UPWA, providing memories for 17 years in North Carolina and New Jersey. Action-packed shows. They're doing one at 3 o'clock over in Oak Island. I'll be on the call. I'm looking forward to that.
Really?
Lots of championship matches. In fact, I know these guys. They're going to be in action later today. It's the lightweight champion in the back, the great knight, Joseph Everhart. Oh, come on, Jack. I'm still feeling the chops I got from that guy about, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. They hurt.
Well, let him go, Gabe.
Okay.
We're going to go on with the parade.
All
You
right.
can take him down a little bit later, right?
Well,
You're going to have your chance.
I better get my chance.
What have you learned since then?
That getting chopped hurts, getting body slammed hurts, getting hit by any professional wrestler of any kind, it hurts. And these guys are tremendous athletes. I've seen the training they go through, and it is comparable to anything you would see in collegiate professional sports. They are professionals at what they do. And most importantly, they provide family-friendly entertainment here across southeastern North Carolina. It really is a fun organization to be a part of and to just be a part of the magic.
Yeah, that's really, so they're actual athletes. Like,
Oh, yes.
This is not the kind of put on clowning
This
wrestling.
isn't something you're going to see on like WWE TV. This is absolutely professional wrestling down to its core. The matches are about as real as they get. And, you know, there are winners, there are losers. You got to call it down the middle. Our referee, the senior referee, Sean Pittman, works very hard to make sure that, you know, those matches are called square down the middle. And, you know, sometimes there are things you can handle, sometimes you can't. You never know what's going to happen in the world of the UPWA.
And I can hear another group of Shriners coming, but we do have somebody in front of them.
I believe that's Great Clips, if I'm not mistaken. At least according to our rundown, that would be Great Clips. Are they handing out free haircuts? I don't know. If so, if they can give me some of the hair that they've cut off of other people, I would greatly appreciate it.
Oh, you don't need any hair, Gabe.
Mama warned me this was going to happen when I hit my 30s. Mama was right. So Great Clips with several locations here around southeastern North Carolina. You can go online and download their app, save your spot in line. Behind them, yes, the Sudan Animated Animals.
They formed in 1976, their first parade at the ceremonial in Wilson that year. The first vehicle the unit had was 2 mules and a wagon. Over the years, they've won many awards. They're a favorite of the kids, as the costumes represent such characters as Mickey Mouse, the Gorilla, Smokey the Bear, Donald Duck, Porky Pig, Shaggy Dog, Pink Panther, many others. The unit has performed in as many as 4 parades in one day during the Christmas season. The unit calls Johnston County Shrine Club in Selma, North Carolina, their home.
Here comes JBG Services, their painting division, the first choice for the best quality and service in Brunswick County for all of your painting needs.
It's just good to see so many folks out from the
Isn't this nice?
Southport community celebrating, and from across the state as well. This is the official North Carolina 4th of July Festival. So while there are celebrations going on across the state, this one is the official North Carolina.
This is the one that counts. This is the one that goes down in the record books,
That's
friends.
right.
Hey, here comes Keller Williams Realty. Their philosophy simple. Clients come first. They pledge to be in a constant line of communication with their clients, keeping them fully informed throughout the entire buying or selling process. And goodness knows, with the housing market as it is, communication is key, whether you're buying or selling.
Certainly is. They're bright red Keller Williams t-shirts. And somebody's playing the banjo on that float, Gabe.
Oh, we got some banjo music? See, every time I say the word banjo, automatically my southern twang comes
Something
on now.
happens there, yeah.
And, you know, it's just good, but it's all Keller Williams. All right, I'll stop with the voice.
You fit right in. We have Brunswick Community College coming up next. Waving
You know, I
American
thought that was a crack in
flags.
the windshield. It's a nice little 4th of July display in the on the center console. I was worried for a moment there. They, of course, offer all kinds of programs, 250 courses, financial aid, brunswickcc.edu. And look who we have next. It is
Live Oak Med Spa,
Yes.
locally owned and operated full-service medical spa offering medically supervised aesthetic treatments, including Botox, fillers, and facials. Bellhart Marine is located in Wilmington and provides marine sales and service to Southport and Brunswick County.
behind them, Jamerson Appliance Repair, proudly serving Southport and surrounding areas for residential appliance repair needs. Keeping cool. I see they got a box fan in the, or at least a small fan in the back of the trailer there. It's keeping them cool.
That was a smart move.
That's a very smart
Although
move.
they may not need it today, given how
natural
cool it
breezes.
is. Yeah. We've got North and South Carolina Angels of Hope, Kings and Queens. This is an all-inclusive pageant system. They believe everyone deserves to be royalty. You can find them on Facebook, and they've got all kinds of upcoming events that they list there. North and South Carolina Angels of Hope, State Kings and Queens.
Hey, check out our friends from Brunswick County Schools coming down the line next. A dynamic school system, vision for a community of well-educated, employable, and socially responsible citizens. Today, Brunswick County Schools celebrates this great nation as well as recent educators of the year who have been recognized for their dedication to the over, get this, 12,500 students of Brunswick County. That is a lot.
It is. And all of those folks who do that kind of work deserve to be recognized and appreciated.
Absolutely.
Coming up next, we've got the Bolivia Fire Department, Engine 773. It's a 2022 Freightliner, brand new. It holds 1,000 gallons of water, and it'll pump 1,250 gallons a minute.
Yep. So that's if it's connected to a hydrant. So
I guess it
obviously
would
if that
have
was
to
on
be.
the truck, that would blow through quickly, but that's connected to the hydrant. Oh dear, my accent's gonna come back. I said dadgum Sudan Hillbillies. Formed in 1962, members of the Hillbillies are all Shriners coming from all over the eastern part of North Kakalaki. Their costumes and equipment are a tribute to the lifestyle of the folks that settled in the western part of our state, active in the community as you can imagine. They participated last year in 77 parades. Isn't that crazy? 77 parades. Hey! I hope that's water. I hope that's water and you're staying hydrated. It is. I'm good. I've got my own. Thank you, though. All right, who do we have
And
behind
here
them?
we've
The
got
always ready cars.
F3 Bruco.
Oh, yes, those guys. Look at them. They're towing
Yeah.
the Silverado.
The local region of the worldwide F3 movement. They stand for fitness, faith, and fellowship with a mission to plant, grow, and serve small workout groups for the invigoration of male leadership.
We got the Southport Yacht Club up next. Less time at the dock. That's their motto. Caitlin Saunders behind them.
She's the top producer representing Intracoastal Realty, driving her vehicle of choice in the parade today, her golf cart. She serves Southport, Bald Head Island, Oak Island, and the surrounding real estate areas.
Most importantly, aside from law enforcement training, the community college aspect of that, the basic law enforcement training program from Brunswick Community College. They're rolling through if you're interested, brunswickcc.edu.
And then we've got the Power Squadron Boat Club, America's Boating Club of Southport, a unit of the world's largest not-for-profit, non-governmental recreational boating organization. United States Power Squadrons, they promote safe boating through education. And the only membership requirement, keen interest in boating.
There you go. Here come the motorcyclists, the Quarter Mile Riders Motorcycle Club, the club that helps anyone in need in the Brunswick County area. They also support Hope Harbor of Brunswick County. Look at these bikes. Woo, those are some beautiful bikes, guys. Oh, yes. Beautiful bikes. And if that's not enough to get your attention, take a look at this drink of water.
This mega truck is called Freedom. and they rigged this to honor the military.
That's amazing. Look how high this thing is sitting. I was worried for a second they were going to clip some of the streamers going over top of the roadway, but no, they got this all thought out here. That's a beautiful truck, beautiful engineering on this. Those will get you in and out of the snow here in southeastern North Carolina when it falls, right? Not just that, probably up in Canada or other places where it snows a lot more. That's going to be easy to get through. A beautiful vehicle.
And here we have the Order of the Eastern Star Rose Fidelity Queen, Ms. Erica Batts. The Order of the Eastern Star is a Masonic organization, and it's open to both men and women. And the local chapter supports women and children through volunteerism with local nonprofits, so a lot of service work.
Here comes the Instant State Employees Credit Union behind them. Mission to be trusted provider of financial services to every eligible member and to enhance the quality of their lives and financial well-being while maintaining fiscal strength. Great
and then, Gabe, this is the final entrant that we have coming up in the parade. It's the Boiling Spring Lakes Fire Department.
Woo.
And this is it. And we are actually wrapping up a little bit early because, as we said at the top of
you were saying something?
Maybe we'll wait for BSL to go by.
We'll let them get their beeping done. Happy 4th, everybody. Great to see you. Wow. Those horns are loud.
So we are going to be going out just a little bit early. Normally this is an hour-long broadcast,
Yep.
But we started earlier today. Parade organizers started earlier because of the threatening weather. We didn't know if we were going to get stopped, and the parade has never been canceled for rain, as far as I know, for something like more than 35 years. It's been a ridiculously long time that we've had good luck. So we're so grateful that we were able to get through all of this without anything really going askew. We had an accident on the parade route, and we think the person is going to be just fine, but that held things up a little bit.
To hear, yeah. We'll of course try to work to find out as much information as we can. We'll bring you some updates here, hopefully later on, either on WECT.com or I'll post something here to social media just to make sure that that we kind of put a bow on that, because that's certainly very concerning and stopping the parade here for about 10 to 15 minutes. But yeah, how nice this was to be able to get going here and to have a parade after a 2-year hiatus with the coronavirus pandemic and COVID-19 and everything. So this was just an absolute delight.
Thank you for watching the North Carolina 4th of July Festival Parade on WECT. Sponsored by Margaret Rudd Associates Realtors.